first off, I want to make sure y'all can hear me and my dad. Dad, can you say something?
Something.
That works.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you guys can hear us okay, because there have been like audio issues and stuff in the past. I know there's a little bit of a delay, but hello, Taryn. How's it going? I'm very excited to do this live. I've tried to go live on TikTok with my dad a few times.
Hey, get that. Hey.
And yeah, my dad doesn't have enough followers on TikTok, so we can't do that. And it looks like there's a dog that thinks that the puppet is a chew toy.
Yeah, well, I got one follower. I got Baxter.
Baxter thinks that all the puppets are dog toys, and it's really funny. Baxter is a chocolate lab.
No. Uh-oh. Stop it. Yeah. Get out of here. Go. Get away. No. He's going to attack it.
He is going to attack it. Now he's just going to... So that's Aiden's grandpa that my dad has right there.
Hi, I'm grandpa. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
He's bringing me his toys now.
Yes?
I'm gonna have to put you in your kennel. I gotta put him in his kennel.
Put him in his kennel. Okay.
Hey.
Is that you, Grandpa? I see you, Grandpa. Oh, okay.
Come here, you. Get in your kennel. Get in there. Oh.
Yeah, Baxter was a puppy. I'd have a few TikToks with Schuster. No, and Crush. He was like trying to eat Crush. Is Grandpa okay?
I'm still here. Yeah.
So
I just gained 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years.
How old were you to begin with, Grandpa?
What's that?
How old were you to begin with, Grandpa?
Oh, on infinity.
That's impossible. To be infinity?
Yeah. No beginning, no end.
Ha ha. Very funny. Okay, so...
Alexander forgot his uniform.
Alexander?
Yeah.
Oh, the alligator?
Yeah. I don't know where his uniform is.
So there are a lot of questions that were asked on Instagram, and I have them written out right here, since we're using the phone and stuff right now. But one of the first questions that was asked, it was asked by Fifth Black Belt. Does your dad use puppets, and how many puppets does your dad have?
Oh, they're all downstairs.
There's so many puppets. There has to be at least there's hundreds, isn't there?
There's a lot.
There's too many. Most of the puppets that are actually in my place were my dad's to begin with, too.
Well, I'm packing all the soft ones up, but I can't pack the latex ones up like Aiden and stuff because the rubber will freeze and they'll get ruined.
Yeah, with these puppets, let me show you with Crush really quick. What are you doing? So Crush and Aiden, their heads are made out of latex. That's why I look like I got a fat lip. It's latex and the paint. This is actually all latex as well, and then there's fabric. So, as far as these puppets go, we probably have around 30 or 40 of them. Are there like 40 of them? Of the latex ones?
More like 30, I think.
30, 40 of them, and then soft puppets, there's a lot. Yeah. Which brings us to another question. What was it?
Oh, yeah. Here, I found this. I came across this thing.
Which thing?
From 1997.
Uh-huh.
When I went to that ventriloquist convention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I knew my dad went to a convention. I knew it was the puppet convention. That's what I knew it as. And I later found out that was actually a ventriloquist convention. This is when I found out that my dad was the one making the puppets talk, which we'll get into here in a little bit. What's the picture you're trying to find?
Here, where is it? I found it. Oh, yeah. This is me with Dr. Paul Winchell.
Oh, Paul Winchell. Isn't that the voice of Tigger? Yes, it's the voice of Tigger.
Yeah, and he's also
and he bounces with his tail. I wish I could bounce with my tail. You can't bounce with your tail, which stinks.
well, he also started the he had the he had, what was his Jerry Mahoney and Knucklehead Smith were his puppets.
Oh yeah, those are the ones. And there's a lot of very famous like old
Well,
ventriloquists that's
well,
what
he liked my old lady puppet. See, here it is.
Yeah, there's the old lady puppet. If you guys can see that, with the there you go. That's a good spot for it. Yeah, there's the old lady puppet. I actually did a bit with her at the ventriloquist convention when I was, how old was I? 8.
7. Yeah, like how old were you when you saw what's her name, Candace Bergen?
I think I was 7. No, I was 9 years old. I think because that's also the year when
Oh,
I
you were 8 because you had the crocodile puppet with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Paul Winchell did invent the artificial heart. I actually did a whole project on that when I was younger.
But yeah, Paul Winchell.
It's cool.
Yeah,
like,
remember
can he invent me for a heart?
You
like
did
a
the
real artificial heart. That's cool.
You did the Tooth Fairy one with that lady.
That's what it was. I was okay. Hang on, I gotta put Aiden down for this. Do you want to tell them that story? So
Yeah, we put a whole big bed. I took the bed out of the motel room at the Drawbridge Inn and I put it on the stage. They looked at me like I was nuts. I was going down the hallway with the bed, and I set up.
Everyone who has seen me perform at the ventriloquist convention, I've always had these elaborate bits with a whole bunch of
Yeah, but I set up the bed. You were asleep on the bed when the stage opened, and then you went to bed and you put your tooth under the pillow, and then the Tooth Fairy came and you made the Tooth Fairy come alive.
That was a wild show.
Yeah. I hurt my back bringing that bed on the stage. I remember.
There's also another year I was dressed up as Lilo, and then there was a Stitch puppet, which the Stitch puppet somewhere over there. Wait, I see the Stitch puppet here. I think I showed this on a live stream at one point. Here, it's over here. So I was dressed up as Lilo, and then here is Stitch. This is the Stitch puppet that I used. Hall.
Oh, there you are.
Hannah's family.
The roller coaster.
Somebody just left their hand. I forgot one. Yeah, so this is Stitch. I used this when I was like 8, 9 years old, and I'm now 30. If that tells you how old this guy.
That's the one you were pictured in American Profile magazine with.
My dad made this. Like, see he literally cut a back here, and my dad made this puppet. Well, made the stuffed animal into a puppet. Wolf. There was. What was it like going to the first ventriloquist convention with me?
Exciting.
Tell them the story about how I found out that you were the one making him talk.
Oh, we were reading a book, and you had your arm around me, and then you felt my throat vibrate as I was reading, and then you did a double take, and you said, "You're doing it. You're tricking me." And then you said you wanted to learn how to do it. So I told you had to become a certified ventriloquist. So I got you the 2000 Millennium course from the Mayhair Studios. You were 5 years old. You studied it and you passed the whole course at 5 years old in about a little less than 4 months. And then you interacted directly with Clinton Detweiler, who lived only, as luck would have it, we only lived a half hour from the top guy that taught ventriloquism in all the world. And we went back and forth. Mm-hmm. You passed the course, and then the next summer, you were 6 years old. You performed at the convention.
And that's the whole reason why I got into this, guys. When I was 5 years old is when I first started learning what this actually was. And then you got Aiden for me as a 16th birthday present. I remember that as an early 16th birthday present. That was a birthday present? Your birthday present. And I've had 4 of you. 4 of me? Wait, what? Yes, we've gone over this. There's 4 of you.
Yeah, you're a clone.
Who's the best clone?
Yeah, you're a clone. I got a picture here of me and your daddy together.
Wait, me?
No, your daddy and me. Let me see if I can find
what?
Your daddy.
Oh, Oh, Steve. So Steve Axtell is the guy who makes these puppets. That's where Aiden, Crush, and all that, all those puppets are made. Steve Axtell.
Oh yeah, I got the book here. It's the big book also. We have that puppet, but you don't like to use it that much. Yeah, there's me and Steve right there.
Yeah, it's a big book puppet that we have. There's some other puppets. Yeah, that's my dad. There's
That's
the
Steve.
alligator puppet. Show them the alligator puppet.
Yeah, that's Steve there.
You have the alligator puppet right there, don't you?
Yeah, Alexander Edward Gator.
Here, so Crush and him should meet. And we'll go to the next question.
Come here.
Is there another green dude? There's another green dude. It's an alligator. I don't like alligators. Oh, look. Whoa. Hi, how's it going?
Hey there, how you doing? Oh, you're another swamp creature, huh?
Are you a swamp creature?
Yeah, that's me. Yep,
Yeah,
that's
you
who I
got abs too. Well, I got a 12-pack. Those aren't abs. They're just lines on your shell. Oh.
Well, you're pretty cool looking.
You are too, actually. You got a long nose.
Hey, you want to go out on a date?
I guess. Who's the dinner?
Well, the restaurants are swamped.
Oh, God. Yeah, that's, my dad and I will do, like, ad-lib stuff here and there. VSA Cash. I have a question for Crush and Meg. If there's one thing you would stop, what would it be and why? Can you elaborate a little bit on the question? Start one thing. Stop what? There's a lot of things that can be stopped, but while we wait for that to come in, let's go to another question.
Oh, my arms.
Where did it go?
What's the matter with your arms? You don't have any arms.
Was your dad a supporter of you doing ventriloquism? This is from UDA SEO James. I think that's what it was. I had to type out all the usernames.
You took over everything when you were 16.
Oh yeah, because you had your heart stuff.
Yeah, but you took over. You started doing the shows.
My dad has had quite a few heart attacks, and I'm very happy he's still here. But yeah, once
they were all artificial.
Artificial what? Well, because remember when you had your heart attacks, you were having a hard time with your lip control.
Oh yeah.
And that's when he started. Well, that's when he started transitioning the business stuff over to me.
Yeah. Well, that was back in. I remember in Colorado Springs that time. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
What we were doing. We had a show called The Reading Rocket.
Yeah, my dad is. So our first here. One of our first. There's a question here. We're seeing. What was your first gig? This is from Tony, I think it is. Tom. I'm sorry, Tom York, B26. What was your first gig? It was the library shows, right? It was the Reading Rocket.
Well, yeah, you started doing the library shows, and then you started doing other stuff like the botanical gardens and all that kind of stuff.
What other stuff did I do? Because you and I used to perform together at the libraries when I first started doing this. Was I like what? Was I 16 or a little?
Well, and then you did conventions. Remember for that, like for all those pediatricians.
Oh yeah. Well, you were the one that like got me into that, and then.
Yeah, you did a lot of banquets and conventions and stuff like that.
We got a lot of these things from like trade shows. Is what my dad and I would do.
Yeah, we do a thing with in Colorado, and we had like hundreds and hundreds of performers, and it was called the Jamboree, and it was done in January, and we got to meet a lot. We got to meet a lot of people that needed entertaining during the summer and that type of thing, and so we signed.
Wilma, hi Wilma. I hope you're doing well. Wilma just asked, do I see Aiden and the boy, or do you and Aiden ever see that boy at the library shows who brings marshmallows? I haven't seen him in a while, but I should be seeing him this summer just because I moved to Tennessee about a year and a half ago. And I haven't been doing very many shows in the Denver area in Colorado. That's one reason why I moved over here, is because I feel like I could perform in a lot of other areas. But I'll see him this summer, and I'm really excited. He always brings Aiden a bag of marshmallows, guys. This kid is adorable, and he came with a shirt one time that his mom made, and it said "I heart," and it had a picture of Aiden and I on the shirt. Like I wasn't selling merch or anything. Like his mom made that shirt. You were with me when that happened.
Yeah, well, he's your number one fan.
He is Aiden's number one fan. I know there's a lot of you that are Aiden's number one. This is Aiden's number one fan. I will tell you that.
Well, I think you got his picture on the website.
I think I do. I don't know where it's at, but I'm pretty sure it's there. Oh yeah, Greg. Greg, my dad's name is Ed. I'm sorry. I don't know why. I'm just like, hello, everyone. This is my dad. Everyone, this is my dad, Ed. This is the man who got me in ventriloquism.
And this is Al. Hi.
Ryan, yes, I'm still doing shows. My dad doesn't really do shows, but you do help me with the scheduling side of things sometimes. And then this brings us to the next question. How did you get into the business, and what is the toughest part of what you do? This is from James. James Sparks.
What's that?
So, how did you get into the business, and what is the toughest part of what you do? If I'm answering it from my end, I got into it because of my dad. The toughest part of what I do.
Well, I got into the business because of Susan Menard.
Oh, been Entertainers Unlimited.
Yeah, Susan Menard, way back when she was a professional clown, and I got dressed up as a warlock with a witch with that old lady puppet, and we went to a church thing, and she was twisting balloons, and she was forming an organization called Entertainers Unlimited. And she sucked me in, and I ended up. Yeah, she convinced me to perform. I wasn't even thinking of doing it. I just wanted to learn how to twist balloons. I didn't want to learn how. And then people wanted somebody to perform with a puppet, and I just started doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, but I already started the ventriloquism course because I knew that you weren't born yet, because I knew I was going to use the puppets to teach you with. So
yeah. I remember, you wanted to read to me using the puppets. And then you also got me out of that thing, didn't you? Yes. My dad is actually the one. So my dad used to do the twisting balloons thing, and there was like face painting and stuff in this Entertainers Unlimited group.
Yeah, and then
Kathy.
Yeah. Well, Kathy Hawk invented the Pee-wee pump.
Well, yeah, and she was
the Pee-wee pump.
You were trading that for Crush.
Yeah, well, I had one of the few of them left because they discontinued them and they couldn't get the materials anymore. So it was a special pump you put on your waist, and it was used like really high-tech batteries and stuff. You could inflate balloons with it, and there was only a couple left around, and I wasn't really using mine. And Kathy had Crush, and I traded the whole setup, the whole pump system with Kathy for Crush, and that's how we got Crush. You were a trade for a pump.
It was a trade.
Yeah, you're a trader.
There's a couple questions that were asked on here. Where did it go? Velvet asked if that's alligator.
Yeah, alligator. Well, I'm just an alligator, a short gator. Yep.
And then Taryn asked, what is your dad's puppet's name? That's Alexander Edward Gator. He's an investigator. He normally wears a vest, doesn't he?
Yeah, so he wears a vest, so he's an investigator. And tell him about your wife. Yeah, she's in powder form. Powder form. What do you mean powder form? You just add water, and there she is, instigator.
What am I? I just play the cello. Okay. That was my dad's joke. My dad gave me that joke.
I'm just stringing you along.
What was the toughest part when you started doing like the ventriloquism? I know. So my dad was an insurance agent, like primarily, and he was doing the puppet stuff on the side. When you started Rocky Mountain Puppets, what was the toughest part of like getting it started and maintaining it when you were the one running it?
Well, that was a juggle because I was going to use the ventriloquism to promote the insurance agency, and then all the health stuff started happening to me. Yeah, but I was going to use the puppets to promote health, safety, and fitness at schools, and then basically, the safety part of it for insurance, and it tied in, and then give out a brochure that would uh, have the parents be interested in maybe having my insurance agency provide a quote for insurance for them, and whether you got the business or you didn't, it didn't matter. It's just that you threw the ball out there, and sometimes it stuck and sometimes it didn't. So the more balls you would throw, the better. So I just saw the puppets as a really great way to make contact with hundreds of people at one meeting. So like I would go to a school and there'd be 400 kids, hand out the brochures, and then out of those 400 brochures, you might get 100 requests for quotes, and out of those 100 quotes, you might get 5 policies or something. So the more you did it, the more you got more business, and it's a great way.
Which
No,
is
that's a great way for people that are getting into this. You go to like the dentists or the doctors or somebody or the fire department and get sponsors. So the sponsor pays for the show, not the school. So you go to the school and you say, "Hey, I got free." The school loves to get free entertainment for the kids, and plus if it's beneficial, so then the kids will.
That's well, I
Yeah,
think I got what I do thinking wise from you because you taught me a lot of this stuff as far as like always think outside the box to always
yeah.
be promoting yourself, always be networking.
Well,
And
there's a great book out there that our friend Mark Wade put out. It's called Kid Show Ventriloquism. So if anybody really wants to get into it, that's the book to get, because Mark Mark got out of it too because of his health, but Mark put together a really great book. He's like top-notch ventriloquist, and he
we're
it's a great tool for anybody that wants to get into it. He was the director of the ventriloquist convention for I don't know how many years. A long.
I'll try to put a list of resources in it's not in the description right now, but if you guys want to check back later on this weekend at the very on the caption of this video, I'll put some resources if you do want to learn ventriloquism, some good places to go.
Yeah, yeah,
I'll be releasing a course here soon. I had it done over the summer, but then my hard drive and laptop were stolen, so I've had to completely redo it.
yeah. Those guys never got back with you.
No. And then Buddy J, how did you get over stage fright speaking in front of 100 kids? Honestly, so my very first time performing, I was 6, and I performed on a stage in front of like 300 people, and I was terrified. I I was still moving my lips and everything, and I think I was just this cute little girl on a stage that was making a puppet talk, and everyone was laughing because my dad helped me write the whole thing, and I just love making people laugh. You just got to go out there and just everyone's your friend that's watching. That's the way I kind of thought of it as.
Well, you did that one in 5th grade with Willie Mack, remember?
I'll have to show you guys that a different time. My other puppets that I've had, that I don't really use very much anymore. So this, I was going to loop back to this earlier when you were talking about teaching programs about like health, safety, fitness, and nutrition using the puppets. Then someone asked, Brand 429 asked, what would your career be if it wasn't ventriloquism? For me, I initially wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to use puppets with kids that were scared to go to the hospital.
You got that book from Patch Adams, remember?
Well, I was inspired by it because I've always been intrigued by medical stuff. Like I'm very intrigued by the human body. I always have been. I know a lot about it. I was actually going to college at first, like in pre-med, and then I started really struggling with my organic chemistry classes. Like chemistry was not my friend at all, and I really struggled with those classes to move forward to even get my pre-med recs that I needed, requirements that I needed to pursue that as a degree. So I figured I did get my degree in psychology with a concentration in mind, brain, and behavior. And I figured since I had that credential, like I do know a lot about the human body. It makes me a good resource when it comes to that. And I also like just making educational content, especially for kids. I know how they think. So I definitely apply what I learned from college to what I do now. But yeah, I would probably be I would want to be a doctor. I wasn't doing this, but since I didn't do the pre-med route, I would probably do something with marketing because I love designing posters. You can ask my dad; it's one of my favorite things to do.
I got them all over my garage.
My dad has them on display in the garage. Hey Aiden, is she your doctor? Do you let her treat you? Hey, Aiden, what? Am I your doctor? I mean, she's not a very good one. No, I'm not a very good puppet doctor. Yeah, she doesn't even know how to fix my arm. My mom has had to like sew Aiden up.
Marshmallows. Yeah, that's your treat.
I eat way too many marshmallows. She gets mad at me.
He's saying that that's your treatment. Marshmallows, yeah.
Oh, that's a good treatment. I like the way this guy thinks. Okay. What is your dad's favorite puppet? Crush or Aiden?
My favorite puppet.
Choose wisely.
I like them both, but I don't know.
There's no favorite? No, I have a hard time choosing a favorite. You are like, a favorite.
It's like you and Michael. There's no favorite there. It's like
Michael's my brother. For you guys who don't know that.
Yeah. I love them both. It's like there's no difference.
Yeah. I didn't like Crush at first when I first got him.
Yeah, well, you had to develop that personality for him.
Well, you have to do that with any character, which is why when I got Haston, that hedgehog, guys, I didn't really post too much with it because I was still developing. I'm still developing that character. I finally got the British accent down. It still is a cross between British and Australian, but yeah.
Yeah. What else do I have here? I don't know. These puppets that Steve have are great right here.
Oh, it's a little Vern puppet. Those are like what, $100?
No, it's a little more than that. But this is Steve's bird arm illusion right here.
Don't show them that.
What?
Don't show them that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. For those of you that have been following me on Instagram,
if you want to know about the bird arm illusion, you have to go to Steve's website, axtelexpressions.com. Yeah.
For those of you that were like following me on Instagram for a while, you guys know that I was doing stuff progressive, and I have the bird arm illusion. It's this thing that goes out and makes it look like the bird is like sitting on your arm.
I'm not an illusion. No, I'm not an illusion. I'm real. I got a third brain. Where's Aiden? Where's Aiden?
Aiden's here. What do you want?
Hey, cuz, how you doing, dude?
What's going on, man?
Yeah.
Where have you been? It looks like you just got pulled out of the plastic bag.
Yeah, I've been nesting.
You've been nesting.
I'm been nesting, yeah.
You don't need to nest. You're a dinosaur. I want to nest. You know that birds are going to be coming out here soon, right?
Hey, really? Hey, yes. You want to go out and nest up some windshields?
They don't think that's safe.
You don't want to do that with me?
No.
Okay.
There was is it Vern?
Yeah, that's what Steve calls us. My name is Shirley.
Shirley the third?
Shirley the third, yeah.
Oh, here's a question, Dad, for you. What character did you have while Meghan was growing up, and which one did she like the best? This is from Brian Wilson 315.
The monkey.
Tell him that story.
The monkey? Yeah, I took her to the zoo with the monkey, and we went into the monkey place, and we sat at the window, and Steve made the monkeys. Mm-hmm. Steve made he actually made monkeys for the Planet of the Apes movie. Okay, the same guy that made Aiden. So we're sitting there, and the monkeys, and we're talking back and forth through the glass to the monkeys with our puppet monkey that actually looks real. And on the way out, I had the monkey in the stroller, and Meghan was walking alongside, and the guard stopped us because he thought we were stealing one of their monkeys. There's a picture somewhere of that, except I don't have it on here right now. This is on my Instagram. This is like I have this pen. That's me with the monkey when I was really little, inside the case. I was like, how old was I there? 2, 3? You were about 2 years old, yeah. I looked terrified of the monkey. Well, no. Well, you were born with a puppet, remember? I don't know. You don't remember. They tell them this story, guys. I have literally been exposed to puppets since the day I was born.
Literally since the day I was born.
No, since as soon as you came out, there was a puppet there to greet you.
Tell them the story. I've only heard about this. I just tell them.
Yeah, well, your mother was like going to divorce me then. No, you figure your husband in the birthing room with the first child with a puppet.
Well, okay, so this is the way that my dad told me the story. So,
well, what happened was I had the puppet, and you were jaundice, and after you were born, you were out of the room, and it was just your mother and me in the room, and you were under what they call like the belly Reuben lights or something.
mm-hmm.
We're not in the room, but I had a puppet that looked just like Baby Herman from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I remember. Yeah, he looked just like the puppet. Look up Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
I'm looking up the baby right now.
Yeah, it was that the puppet, the baby looked exactly like that. And then I sat in the little chair, in the rocking chair next to your mom. Your mom was kind of out of it. And then I could hear my mother coming down the hallway because my mother had a distinctive laugh. And then she came in the bedroom and said she wanted to see her new grandbaby.
Baby Herman.
Yeah, that's exactly what the puppet looked like.
Hmm.
And so I quickly sat in that chair next to the bed and started rocking and wrapped that baby up. And then she says, "Oh, let me see my new grandbaby." And then I go, "You're not going to believe it, Mom. She looks just like you." And so she pulls the blanket back, and then the puppet came out and said, "Hello, Grandma." And she about lost it. But yeah,
Buddy, it didn't have the cigar in its mouth. No.
No, no cigar. But yeah, it really scared the hell out of her.
Yeah. I'll have to edit that out. But yeah. That's the way I was told. It
Well,
too.
we still have that puppet, but I got to get it like revitalized because the latex on that puppet dried all out and cracked.
The puppet looks terrifying right now, guys. I wouldn't even show you. You will have nightmares if I were to show you a picture of it right now.
Well, yeah, that's what's really important with these kind of puppets is you got to keep the puppet. You got to use that conditioner, the conditioner for the rubber because
they don't need to know all that, but yeah.
Yeah, well, they need to know about caring for.
No, they don't.
Yeah, well,
that can be a whole separate live stream. We're doing this.
All right, well, whatever.
Okay.
If you don't want your puppet to be a crack up, you need to take care of it.
What was your very first gig that you did?
Me?
Yes.
It was a big church convention, and I was dressed up as a knight, and I had a big sword with a skull on it, and I as like a hatchet thing, and there was a skull underneath it, and I had it set up so that the skull would talk, and it was like entertainment for a big church for a Halloween thing. I remember that. That was the first kind of gig I did. But you get to be creative, and you can make anything into a puppet you want. You know.
Here, Dad, can you put some light on you?
Yeah, let me go turn on the light. Am I dark?
Dark, yeah.
You don't want to see my dark side? What's wrong with my dark?
Yeah, it's dark over here. I have my little nifty light. See this thing? Oh, hang on. I gotta get Crush and show this to you. Because I thought of a really funny bit to do with it. What is it? Okay, look. This is my light right now, okay? Watch. Ready? Dad.
What?
Dad.
He looks a little lightheaded.
Why is it so bright? But yeah, that's my little light thing that I use for this. I gotta put this right back here. I love it though. Oh, what puppet's that? That's the little squirrel.
Yeah, that's Mooch. I was gonna do a series with him.
Oh, J Trey Plans. There is a video, guys. There's a lot of YouTube channels that aren't just this one that I think my dad has uploaded, and then there's also some with my brother too. I don't think Michael would be very happy if I were to. Looks like what is he doing?
I'm going nuts.
So am I. What's the squirrel's name?
Well, I was going to do a series called News in a Nutshell.
When isn't Crush lightheaded? James. That's what it... Wrong voice. You just gave me Crush's voice! This is what happens when I get tired. I start switching up the puppets' voices. What are you doing?
Well, I like this puppet. He has no voice.
He's easy. He's like Phil. Yeah, you guys, this is Phil. I think I showed him in the other live stream. Oh, it's another. That's Phil.
Hey, you ought to try to do Phil DeMar's routine sometime.
I'd have to ask him. I don't like taking other people's
Well, Bill's passed away, but his routine is incredible. Remember?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking somebody else. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah.
He doesn't say a word.
Well, that's when you know about physical comedy. That's what you've always taught me, physical comedy.
Yeah, well, Bill's routine was really great. Sheldon, remember Sheldon the frog? Yeah.
I love how you're just holding the squirrel like it's. You got an acorn. Do you like acorns? See, this is what my dad used to do with me when I was little. It is hard to do any like the stuff without words. It's all physical comedy with that. So so he's shy, he's hiding.
I ought to take a video time of him.
So it's all with that. Are you full? Yeah. Just use your fingers with that.
Yeah, I have to get the camera set up and set it up so the real squirrel comes and meets him.
What that's called? It's called puppet manipulation, is what it's called. I can do a whole video. Well, I'm doing that with the courses on how to do ventriloquism. There's a lot that goes into it besides just the talking. Like, what I am really good at doing is called puppet manipulation, and that is just making the puppet seem lifelike. Yeah, right, I'm real. Don't fool them. But with all the reactions, so when Aiden's like, yeah, right. When he pulls back, that's something you can do. Looks me up and down. Telling a secret. What's he telling you, huh?
He wants to know if you're real, what kind of fish do you catch? And where's your reel?
What kind of fish do I catch? I don't know. You catch bass. That's a sneaker. No, there's a bass fish. Does it go boom, boom, boom? No, okay. He obviously doesn't know. I need to take Aiden fishing.
He wants to know what's wrong with tenor.
I don't know.
Why do you go with bass or bass? What?
Oh, I got that bass. Got that bass. No trouble.
He says you need dancing lessons, Aiden.
You don't like that dancing? You want to go? Okay. We're not going to condone any of that. Go over there. You're in timeout. What'd I do? You were trying to threaten a squirrel. No, I wasn't. Okay, just stay over there. I can dance. Your dance moves are the same as Aiden's. No, they're not. Yes, they are.
Oh, remember
one question that I've been asked a lot of is like, do you like talk to yourself when you don't have the puppets? I feel like everyone talks to themselves somewhat when they're like thinking it through something, but no, I'm not just like, oh, do I want to do this? Yeah, I want to do that. No, that's not what I do. I only do that when I'm making the puppets talk.
Oh, isn't that going to be the name of your tour?
Huh?
Isn't that the name of your tour?
It's Intrusive Thoughts, my Intrusive Thoughts.
Yeah.
Which, yeah, I'm going to fly over there soon to... I need to get that binder from you.
Oh, with the ones I got from Tom?
Yeah. To do all that. But yeah, I think there's a couple other questions, and we're going to wrap up this live.
Oh, here, Aiden. Here's those finger puppets, remember?
Oh my gosh! Who is it? Why is he looking up at the sky? That's a dinosaur bug. Those are finger puppets. You tell me? Really? Finger
puppets. Oh, I got the coolest invention with the nest with the little...
Wilma, have you ever been in an elevator and someone passes gas and you throw your voice? I've done that. Help me.
Well, Nacho used to have a lot of fun in the elevator. That was fun with Nacho.
Right, Jack? Yes. Yeah, Nacho doing that. I remember that. Jack was like, talking to myself is the only way I can have an intelligent conversation sometimes. Yes, because sometimes you just gotta talk yourself through like situations, but I don't like use the puppet's voices, if that makes sense, when I am talking to myself. But that looks like a pig. That's a triceratops. That's a messed up triceratops. Okay, it's gonna go away.
See, and here's another guy, little guy. Let's see this guy.
These look scary. I don't like them.
Well, I think I got a way to make their mouths move on your. I got a really neat way to make the mouths move on your fingers so they can have a four-way conversation.
Watching one of them fall off that'd be funny. You're just like having a conversation and then the finger puppet just falls off the finger. Then Aiden's just looking at the ground.
Here's this dude.
What is happening? Are you you have it down the wrong way.
Well, I don't know what I have. It's like I'm not used to this stuff. Yeah, here's the book. Here comes Mom.
Hey, Dad, do you want to tell everyone how old you are?
Me?
Yes.
That's a secret.
Okay, see, we're not going to disclose that. I am. My dad is more than double my age.
Don't tell them that. Yeah, your mother
say that. That should be enough of it.
You hear your mother? She's saying your dad's a weirdo.
Greg, have you ever played a joke on someone when you go out shopping? No, but I've done the drive-through videos. I've never really done any thing like that. And then Wilma, have you had any more Make-A-Wish episodes? I haven't done Make-A-Wish in a few years, actually. I need to see if Tennessee has something like that, and I think Make-A-Wish will actually be happening when I'm back in Colorado here in March. I'm doing school shows and stuff over there for during spring break. Well, not school shows, but library shows during spring break. Yeah.
Oh no.
The finger puppets are creepy, aren't they, Taryn?
Well, you're trying to finger them out?
Huh?
Trying to finger them out?
Absolutely. I guess that's what you're trying to do.
Yeah. They're pretty cool. I don't know.
There's one other question here. Well, a couple. Dad, will you be in more live streams? My dad and I need to put together a bit and do a live stream with it. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, this guy looks cool. Check him out.
Oh, he's kind of cool.
Looks like he's got a big lollipop or something.
Brian, I did go to Culver's and they couldn't see what I had on my hand very well. And they were freaked out and they saw Crush in the shadow. I do have the video. I plan on posting it, but yes, I did go to Culver's after my last show.
Bag. Oh, I'll get the rest in a second.
It's on the floor behind the.
Oh, James, that'd be so awesome. Yes, I would love to.
All right.
Where did the other question go?
I don't know how you can read that writing on there. I need glasses.
St. Jude, Memphis. Okay. I have to look at it a lot of places. Yeah, I'm still. Oh yeah, I never finished this. What is the toughest part of what you do? The toughest part of what I do when I. Oh, sorry guys, almost knocked you over. The toughest part of what I do is scheduling. It is really the toughest part of what I do because I have to make sure it is cost effective for me traveling where I'm going and also cost effective for the person because I don't want to. I hate charging an arm and a leg for smaller gigs just because I want shows to be affordable and I feel like I don't know. There are, huh?
Your best bet is to get your people that follow you to help you out in a way because if you show your route, then you can say you're in that area, then you can charge less because you don't have to travel that kind of distance to get to it. So let's say she's going from, I don't know, from from what you call there, St. Louis, Missouri, and she's coming through, and maybe somebody in St. Joseph, Missouri wants a show, so you're on your way, you can stop and do a show, but it would be like a special engagement. Your big problem is a lot of these places are set on a certain story time or a certain time, and they won't bend any. Whereas, if they could have a special engagement for the whole family, and that, remember we did that in, what's that, South City down in Carlsbad, when you started doing the evening shows.
Well, when I'm routing out my summers right now, so like I'm a bit of a yo-yo this summer, but I always try to plan my routes where I'm like trying to hit as many cities as I can. But I literally have a map in front of me when I'm scheduling stuff. So my tour that I'm going to be doing in the fall, I am in the process of doing it right now, and that's why I haven't posted anything about it. I know y'all are asking about it, but I'm still working on that in addition to scheduling my summer reading stuff right now. So I'm juggling a lot with my business that I'm trying to keep up with.
Yeah, well, see, it doesn't make sense for her to go to, let's say, St. Joseph, Missouri, and then you get another show that's, let's say, all the way out in New Mexico, and then you got to go back to St. Joseph, back again.
Well, say if I were to go to Seattle to do stuff like for example, like James, if I were to come to Seattle to do stuff over there, I try to reach out to other places over there to make it affordable for that way I'm like able to cover my expenses, if that makes sense. But yeah, there's a lot that
you're gonna have to charge more for the long distance stuff because it's going to take a plane ticket, and plus the amount of those 2 trunks, the amount that cost to ship those cost as much as the plane ticket does.
Oh, with my cases, that's why I drive everywhere, guys. I have here. Right, y'all want to hear how much I drive? It is actually insane. So I have a 2000. This is probably too much information you're putting out there, but I have a 2018 Toyota. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. I have a 2018 Toyota car, and this car, when I bought it in 2021 with 34,000 miles on it. Okay, so 2021 had 34,000 miles on it. The girl has 233,000 miles on that car right now. If that tells you how much I drive. It is actually insane.
Yeah, and your back is suffering from it.
Yeah, my back is suffering from it. Okay, we're gonna finish on this question. What is an embarrassing story that you have for me when I first started performing that you remember?
An embarrassing story?
You have an embarrassing story or a story that you remember when I first started performing?
Story when you first started performing. Well, what's really embarrassing is not the most embarrassing thing is to not be where you're supposed to be on time. That's embarrassing as heck, and sometimes it's out of your control because of if there might be construction or there might be an accident or something like that, and you're driving in between gigs or shows, and you don't have enough time to put the buffer in there because it's like you're doing that, and then all of a sudden there's some sort of mishap, and it's like, whoa. Remember we were coming down from northern Montana. Remember that time?
This is New Mexico.
And we were going from northern Montana down into Casper, Wyoming, and we were in your Ford Focus.
Oh yes, I remember the story.
And there was not enough room. We had that clamp on thing on the back of the thing. You didn't have your trunks yet, so we had these big plastic cases from Home Depot. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. That's when we found out that my cases actually fit in my Ford Focus that I had. We had to take them out because there was flooding on the road. And we had to take everything out and maneuver it so it fit in the car.
So we had to pull off. We had to empty all the cases because the cases weren't watertight. So we had to empty everything, and we packed everything into the car, and we were like in there like sardines, remember? And we had to drive through the water, the raging water. We were driving through there, and we were hoping to God we didn't get washed off and washed down the river. Remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, that was the scariest time ever for me.
Well, for me, it was when we got stuck in New Mexico. So my dad used to travel with me, guys, when I was doing this. Like, I need help sometimes when I'm traveling because it's a lot of driving that I'm doing. Like I'll have to drive. Some days I have to drive 12. Yeah. Well, not 12 hours, but I'll have to drive 7 hours on top of doing 3 shows. Like, it's a lot. Like, my summer, that's why I'm kind of quiet on social media during the summer. I won't be this summer, but it's because I'm, like, either driving or performing, like, nonstop, and I don't have time to, like, be on my computer at all. But the other time that scared me was when we were in New Mexico and we went to Chaco Historical National Park or site. And
Oh
then,
yeah.
and then the GPS brought us when we were like trying to go back. We were going over to Gallup
Yeah.
to the library, the Octavian Felon Library. And the Google Maps wasn't bringing us the way we needed to go to the highway. It brought us like out in the middle of this sand field, and I had my Honda at the time for this. And the Honda got stuck in sand. I didn't have cell service, and when we finally were able to get out of the sand, I was 2 hours late to that show. I called them.
And everybody waited for you.
They waited for me. I am never late, ever, ever, ever. And that happened. It was embarrassing. I think that is actually the most embarrassing thing that has ever happened. That is the only time that I've ever had something happen. Was that?
Yeah, and we got stuck out there, and the GPS got us in the
Uh-huh.
And remember that time we were coming back from we were coming back or going, I forgot, but remember the GPS said making an illegal U-turn here.
Oh yeah, I did say that. The GPS was like, make an illegal U-turn here.
And then you did the next show next year with one of those toys, right? And you did your ventriloquism with the GPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
that can make the GPS noise. Turn left now. Just kidding. That looks weird coming out of Gretchen's mouth. But yeah, I can do like multiple voices at once. I could do another video with that actually. You can have me in the car because I've made the videos with Aiden where he's been driving. On the thing. But Greg, my website is RockyMountainPuppets.com. That's what it is. All spelled out, and the puppets is plural.
What's that?
Hey, Greg is asking what my website is.
Yeah, this is if they want to know about your puppets, this is where you go to Steve's stuff right there.
Yeah, if you guys want to check out any of my puppets that I get, go to AxtelExpressions.com. Just type in Axtel Puppets on Google, and it'll come up. Mm-hmm. That's what I am. All right. Or Axtel.
That's where you find
Axtel.com.
Yeah, he's got a parrot there that looks so real. It's like you can't tell it's not real.
Yeah. Well, all right. I think that was all the questions that we had. There are a few odd questions that I didn't get to, but that's okay.
Well, then you better get to the even ones.
What are those? There's no such thing as even questions.
They're the ones that are not odd.
I guess so. Do I have a favorite puppet? My favorite puppet's Aiden. Yeah, Lulu knows this. She doesn't like me. I do like Crush. Like, Crush is a favorite. It's between Aiden and Crush, but Aiden is my favorite. I just, when I got Aiden, remember when I got Aiden, Dad?
Yeah, well, Steve Petra, yeah.
Something just clicked in my head on how to bring a puppet to life.
Well, his voice came to you immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah. His voice was there instantly.
Oh, Dad, what were your favorite comic strips? Again.
My favorite comic strips?
Mm-hmm. My dad has cut these out all the time when I was little.
What, like Tundra and Garfield and Far Side? Those are some. Yeah. That's a good place to get ideas from. Is the comics. You know, you can get scenarios and stuff like that. And then,
well, my Aiden says all the driving you do drives him nuts. True that, Wilma.
Yeah.
Guys, well, we'll have to come on here and do some more story time stuff. We'll have some photos and stuff prepared next time. Next week, I'm still trying to figure out what I'm gonna do for the live stream. I did get a streaming thing, but it has like a 45-second delay, and I really like interacting with you guys on here. I also want to have some like visual effects and stuff too, that are just like sitting here at the puppet and talking. So yeah, I'll figure that out and think of what to do in the next couple days, because I got to start preparing for that next week. I am going to go live on Thursday. What day is Thursday next week?
Thursday. Thursday's on Thursday.
Thursday's on Thursday. Hang on, this is my other phone that I don't really use. This is my emergency phone. The 13th. So on Thursday, February 13th, I'll be going live at 7 p.m. And for those of you looking for Valentine's, please keep your eyes out peeled. I'm going to be posting something here tomorrow. I made some Valentine's with Aiden and Crush. I'm going to make some content, and you guys will be able to download it. So if you need Valentine's Day stuff for your kiddos, feel free to keep your eyes out for that, because I'll post that tomorrow. But yeah. Other than that, I'll see you on Thursday, February 13th at 7 p.m.
I'm going to show you everybody how to do an instant background check.
How do you do an instant background check, Dad?
You get the pizza thing like this, see it?
Yeah.
You put a check on it, right?
Yeah.
See? And then you put it on your... There. I got a background check complete. What do you think? That was the...
That's the quickest background check I've ever had done. Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time this evening to go on this live with me, Dad. I really appreciate it. And I hope you all enjoyed watching it and hearing the stories with the puppets and stuff, and how I got into ventriloquism growing up. It's a side of me that you guys don't really see that often, as far as why I got into this. You always see the funny stuff, but I'm very passionate about what I do. I hope you guys see that, and it's because of this guy right here.
Well, some people still give you a hard time about it, but...
Your dad is a card. He ought to be dealt with. Velvet.
Oh, that's all of it?
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm going to be ending this live, but thanks for joining, Dad.
Okay, we'll see you.
All right. I'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
I'm going to remove him. All right. Yeah, that concludes the live, guys, but thank you so much for hopping on this evening, and I'll see you next week. Bye.